Hey, how are you doing, guys? Welcome to the video. So today is the first video for the series, how to make you become better at PvP in the Cycle Frontier. In this series, we go over your own personal raids, clips, and gunfights, and kind of just go over like a little review on them. Have a little look what we find you're doing really good, what things you can improve on, play styles, etc. We just go over what I can think of basically while watching the clips for you. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so this first clip is by Raptor909. He does have a YouTube channel, which I will include in a description down below. And I quite like this fight. This is a very good fight. He is running the Voltic Brute and the KBR Longshot, which is a very, very strong loadout, which covers all ranges. This is a 3v3 fight, and they do win, but there's definitely some things that you can improve on, and there's definitely some things that they've done really well. And so let's just highlight them in this video. Hopefully it'll help some of you guys out. Okay, so the nades are coming in. Raptor tries to get a little nade shot over here. They're not pushing, so he's going to try and chuck a nade in. The nade doesn't work, and I feel like even if you manage to get the nade past it, yeah, then it doesn't really work. What you could have done is gone up the stairs. You could have jumped down there. So you could have jumped down there. If I go back, you could have gone up these stairs here. And maybe try to get a peek here or chucked a nade in from there. Like you could have gone up the stairs, peeked, quickly chucked a nade, and then ran back round. If you wanted to try and get some nades on him. So I hear that your teammate. This is perfect too. Also, your teammate is nearby with you, which is great. So you support. If you get injured, he can help you. And the other teammate is watching the flank, making sure they're not flanking around, which again is perfect. You're looking here to make sure they're not flanking too. Right, so you push up. This is the point. I feel like again you could have maybe improved because you push into your teammate. If he was really weak or a grenade came, he may have died here, right? If he couldn't get out of the way, or we had most probably no choice to try and leap off the banister here. So being huddled up at this pace is definitely something to try not to do. Yeah. So you switch places here, which is perfect. You try and get some shots in, and then back up, and then you're both healing here, so you both push back.
Yeah, they're coming back.
So yeah, getting heals in, perfect. Push back. You know your teammate is here. He pushes in, which is perfect. He's chucking nades, which is great.
Yeah, come off, Raptor, come off.
More nades chucking in to stop the push. So that there was a freaking amazing play, right? You're playing great as a team this part, right? So you're healing, Raptor's healing. You've got your teammate chucking nades to stop them from being far too aggressive and pushing. And then you got the guy with the KBR, which is also laying on fire in support too. And I think the KBR guy gets the kill, right? Or is one of the nades. But that was a perfect play, right? So you got a kill now. That's perfect.
Let's just cover their body,
Don't push.
So here, like your teammate said, don't push. I most probably would have quickly stopped instead of pushing here. But obviously, this guy was actually in a really bad place. And so you did get some good shots in. And you push back and get a heal. Teammates are covering, which is perfect. So even when they said don't push, they were prepared for you to push, right? Because if you look here, you look here, like your teammates are with you, perfect, right? So they're there to cover you, and you can then push back and heal, which is great.
Nice.
All right, so they killed another one, which is perfect. So there's one more left from the comms. This bit here is definitely something I wouldn't do, right? So you're trying to loot the body, and I do get it, right? Especially when you're in a team of 3. Sometimes like your team members can be loot grabbers, right? They just vacuum and like yoink 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 mine, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to pick up stuff. So I do get it, but I would try and not loot here, right? Because if the person below chucks a nade up or a gas grenade or something, you guys could be, buggered, right?
Yeah. Did he just try and fucking nade himself?
So yeah, you're trying to sort out the loot here. most probably wouldn't try it. I would most probably try and finish off the last guy first and then sort out the loot after.
Yeah, careful, there's one guy still below. Oak.
So the guy below, this is where gas grenades actually come in really handy. If you had gas grenades on your team, you could kind of gas him out here. It would be a little play you could have done. I know your teammate does chuck some nades in here too. Now,
I'm gonna call again.
you can play it a few ways, obviously. You could most probably, all three of you, push that if you know that it's only one person. If he hasn't got something like a shatter gun, there's not chances are you're going to win.
Yeah, he's still in
But
there.
if you get a naded, a nice nade and push, you can also do that too.
Really bad news. What the fuck?
You can also, if I pause it here, so if someone's trapped here, I've done this before where I've kind of confused someone, especially if you've got people here chucking a few nades in, right? Once the nade goes in, if you jump up here, you can actually jump onto this bit here. I don't know if I can show it a bit more clear. Yeah, so this bit here, you can, if you jump on this banister, you can jump here. It's like a secret invisible ledge. So if you had some of your teammates, you know he's trapped, you had a teammate on the stair, up the stairway here, kind of looking over, maybe chucking a nade in, watching it so he doesn't push out, and then you had you going up on top of here, you could most probably get a nice angle on him, and he wouldn't really expect you to be like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, if you don't know about it, there's a little visible ledge here you can chill on. This is also great if people are pushing up from this corridor here. I've caught people out which have been overly aggressive, and I've just chilled on top of this ledge, and I've kind of running in, and I've got the kill that way. So yeah, if you didn't know about it, there's a little ledge there you can chill on.
Speaking. I'm half.
Nice push, finishes them off. That was nice there. So yeah, that was a good clip. Like, they played it really well. Obviously, some places like they could definitely improve on. So yeah, hope this helps, guys, and we'll move on to the next clip. So this next clip is from Rex Hell, and this is a duo squad fight, duo versus duo, and there are some things which go really well here, and definitely for some things I would most probably say could have helped maybe both of you survive. But let's have a little look.
There was not a big boy that came out of that.
So he sees the footsteps here. It was a good spot. Hears them too.
There's a person.
Player?
I see his footsteps. Yeah, I see his footsteps underneath. He's on the other side of it.
Teammate gets some shots in.
White armor.
I'm swinging.
Nice that you push into and get some shots into. This guy's weak. You go in for the trying for the kill here.
There's another one.
Fuck you.
There's two.
He pushed and killed me.
Right, so that bit there is the bit I would changed. So if you go a little bit back, I think it's here, a bit more further.
There's another one.
Fuck you.
No,
I do not have the health to do it.
there we are. So I do not have the health to do this. I would most probably try and finish this guy off like you did, and then when you push back,
There's two.
I would have switched the auto rifle because you're reloading it, which can buy time, but maybe switching the auto rifle may have helped a little bit more.
He pushed and killed me.
And
Hit hard.
to try and help with the fight there. But I think what your teammate should have done, and to see if, like he's saying that he's weak, is not to push up so much here. It's definitely not a good idea to push up here if you're weak, right? If you haven't got the health, especially with this guy who's got a scrapper, right? You're going to go down so fast. Now, what I would have mostly done is when he said, I haven't got any health, I would have pushed back and reset this, right? You could have still, the teammate could have still supported you by being a bit more further away, especially with the guy who's got a scrapper, he hasn't got as much range. He could have been a bit further back to cover anyone pushing you, because obviously you are weak since you went in for trying to get the kill. You could then push back, switch to the other auto rifle, also hold the angle, and then if the person got greedy and kind of came round here to try and push, you'd have both of you shooting, and your teammate may have kept alive, maybe get some health off. I don't know this, obviously, the full situation. I don't know if he had any heals or anything like that. If he didn't have any heals, could pass them a few. But obviously, he didn't know that this was going to happen, because he just better get into to get out, right? But yeah, so you could have had your teammate kept back a bit, and maybe he wouldn't have died there.
Justin killed me. He's hit hard.
I don't see this dude, by the way, but I think this is just the video quality, right? Like I said, I'll apologise for the video quality because I'm downloading this straight from YouTube, so the compression can be a bit bad sometimes.
Killed him.
So that was a good shot. A nice hip fire. Get some health in, which is perfect. The other guy isn't pushing.
This fucking ship is so loud.
The ship is really loud, I agree. Right. I would just switch weapon right there.
I killed him.
That was a good gunfight. You done that well, right? You done that well. I think you done well, but I'm going to give you another take. So, because I know the dude has a scrapper, right? You know he has a scrapper, which is a very fast TDK gun. When you slow peek this, especially with someone who's got a faster TDK gun, he could have killed you pretty fast there, maybe, right? A way of mucking up people's shots, especially with a scrapper because it's got a low magazine. If you are going to bring up a sample here from me, I do this quite a lot when I know that I need to make people miss some shots and I still want to get the gunfight because I'm in a bit of a pinch. I've got weak health here. I know he's got an auto rifle too, and I want to make sure he misses some shots so I can get some shots in on myself. And I'll do this like this slide jump, so you kind of sprint, slide, and jump. And I'll show you here. Like I sprint, slide, and jump, which makes him miss his shots there. And I get the kill. You could have done that here because instead of slow peeking, if you kind of here came around, slid, jumped over, he may have mucked up even more shots and gave you even more of a chance to just push straight off and maybe lose less health. And obviously you can just switch to the other rifle. But yeah, apart from that, I think it's a good fight. Like I said, I don't know the full situation, obviously, with your teammate. But obviously, like I said, things I could say, may have your teammate push back a bit, so they're pushing forward with low health. And obviously you could have done some like slide jumping and stuff like that. That's another way of trying to make people miss when in a gunfight. But overall, a good gunfight. Okay, so next clip is by Makuta, and this is quite a long video, so I'm actually going to cut through some of this, if you don't mind, Makuta, just because some of it, some of the gameplay was fine, and some of it I'm not going to critique over too much, but I'm just going to go over certain things which I feel like you could have improved on some of the gunfights for you. So I play this up. So this one is actually a good play, honestly. You guys do a really good play here. You comms together to do the double shot. Nice. So you get to that was a good shot. That was a really good shot. I think your teammate gets a kill here too, doesn't he? With the blue gear, which is good. They do use smoke, and smoke is a pain in the ass. When they use smoke, obviously you can run in there and you don't really know what's going on, right? Can be a bit daring running into the smoke. One thing you can do with smoke, if they are smoking a thing, if you bring gas grenades, as well, I wanted to include this clip in it. If you bring gas grenades into that and chuck gas grenades into the actual plane, that can really confuse people because they can't see it too much because obviously like the smoke is going off too, and especially in the nick of the action, people may get confused, run into the actual takeoff, and you know the ticking starts and they're getting killed, and it gets really confusing for them. So gas grenades can be really good for smoke.
I'm gonna throw an audio grenade.
Okay, so yeah, he gets shot. Nice little slide there to try and get out of the way, making sure you can get your health in.
Do a grenade up in there.
Teammates chucking nades for support. Gets a hit, which is perfect, and he's now ADS down there to support. This is all good plays. Right, this bit,
I have Jeff on me.
it's going to show it first.
Oh, to the left.
I'm preparing to push them.
You went full-blown Leroy into there, which was pretty daring. It was because obviously you don't know what they had properly, and that office is a camp fest sometimes. People camp the corners big time there. You went full-blown Leroy strat in there. No Fs to give. And that was definitely the thing you went wrong. So what you want to do here, let's have a look. So this bit is all fine. Right, this bit here, your teammate is behind you, so he's covering you, right? For anyone who's going to peek further, like for peeking over here, your teammate should be able to cover you here. This bit, when you enter here, especially when you know there's people about and you're not too sure how many people and where they are, you want to start doing the corners. And so you peek here, which is fine. You've done a little check, but people literally will chill right around the back here, holding this corner off, right? Because they got cover. So if they get shot, they can kind of peek in. They can go back into the other room there to try and get cover. So I would, before just pushing in, I would have checked, added a quick little jiggle peek to peek around here. And then if you get injured, you can fall back and your teammate can help. But cover the corners here. And then I'd have gone, let me just go back so you can see the other side. So yeah, I'd peek to the right-hand side first. So peek right, and then I would have gone on over this side, and quickly peeked around the other side where the box is, and you can actually jump over onto that box. So you can jump over there and cover and have a little check there, and make sure no one's camping there, and then you can look down this way, right? So you're covering a lot more angles when you're coming in, instead of full blown Leroy in. But that was pretty funny. I did have a little chuckle. I was like, this dude is nuts.
I'm preparing to push them.
So yeah, pushes back. Nice shot off on that dude. Get him in. That was a nice shot. So this bit, honestly, because the other guy's thirsty now, he knows you're weak, so he's obviously pushing you. And I think, honestly, what you tried to do was a good play, like smoking and healing. But he was so aggressive that I would have most probably ran a bit further and most probably kept on running. I would have most probably, because I know you got smokes, I would have got your smokes out by now, and I would have chucked the smoke over here, right? Chucked it over here, and I would have ran through the smoke and kept on running and gone down, right? Try to get down and just ran, because he's aggressively pushing.
I'm coming up the stairs.
But yeah, you're doing well to trying to dodge him. He's got a sniper, right? This is where I think, yeah, instead of stopping here and trying to smoke and heal, with this guy's pushing, I would have smoked the bit and kept on running.
Fuck, I'm here.
Right over there.
That was a nice play. This bit, this is actually one to keep. Nothing really happens here because one, obviously, you haven't got two heals. Obviously, I'm guessing you guys are on a budget run, right? Because drills, everyone's like kitted. When you're trying to counter drill, the people on the drill are normally kitted. It's nice here. You're covering the angles here, trying to cover. See, now you know he's got a shatter gun. The only thing I would say here, because obviously I think you guys get killed by an arc biter, and then someone with an arc biter kills you from behind. Because you're not really doing too much here. Obviously, you're just going back and forth, and nothing's really happening. He gives you some heals here, which is nice. But what I would have done here, the biggest advice, because it's a drill, and you haven't got too much to lose here, you're on a budget run, they're going to be geared as hell. The only way you're going to most probably win this is by overwhelming them. I know they chuck a gas grenade down too to try and stop you from pushing, but I would have most probably, as soon as I saw this drill, and if you was like, before you got to the drill, obviously you had it in your intention to attack it, with that low gear, and knowing they got a shatter gun and stuff like that, I would have literally just gone, right, let's just push up. Both push up at the same time, and just trying to overwhelm one of them, maybe get kill, focus fire on one of them, and then get their kit and carry on going, right? Try to play off that. Because at the minute, you're not really doing too much, especially with, you know, with low gear, you haven't got too much to lose. I would have literally just pushed up, because people are going to be pushing this drill too, so you're obviously going to be aware that people are going to be coming up behind you, and I think that's what gets you killed right in a minute. Yeah, there. So
Oh, Arbiter behind you. Literally.
not too much. Like I would just said, with low gear and just on a budget run and stuff like that, I would have just freaking pushed strat up there. I would have gone to my teammate. Let's push. It's just we've got nothing to lose. Let's just push it. We're committed to doing this, trying to take or countering the drill. Let's just push straight up. Both team fire as much as possible and see if we can get up there. Instead of kind of keeping below and hoping, because the people above, they're not going to push you, right? They got angles covered, and being on the second floor is the best place to defend a drill. It's a lot less angles to get shot from outside. So because they've got shatter guns and stuff like that, they're going to just keep up there. They're not going to push you. They're going to just chill up there and defend the angles, right? So the only way to pushing it would be just being aggressively pushing, I think, with the gear you had.
Super high up.
This one I'm going to skip. There wasn't nothing too happened here. Obviously, you're trying to figure out where they are. And I think you're still trying to figure out where they are. You see the birds, which is a good spot. There we go. I think it's up here. Yeah, so you get shot at, get a few shots into the guy in the bush. Your teammate is great, does a cover fire and helps you out. The only thing I would have said is maybe not push under here. I would have pushed around the drill instead. And try to get cover or high ground up there, just because you know they're kind of on this side and they're going to come above you. But you still get the kill, which is a good play. Yeah, because he's got high ground. The guy made the mistake, to be honest, of pushing down. He could have just kept on shooting you from above and using cover. And then you get killed by the old PV, I think, don't you? Yeah. Bloody PvE, dude. PvE is annoying. I steam when I get killed by PvE, honestly. It's so annoying.
Yeah, just takes chasing him over at 330.
Some good plays in the jungle here. I'm not going to show them. They're actually good plays. We don't want to go too long in the video. I will say I was confused to hell. I mean, I was watching this early in the morning, half awake, and I was like, why is this dude running a freaking trench gun with a 2x? I was so confused for about, I'd say, a good minute. And then my little light bulb came above my head, ding, and I was like, oh, he's running slugs. And I see that you run slugs when you get into comms, but I was confused at the start. I wasn't thinking.
I hear him moving up.
But no, you play some good plays here. Like, you just support each other, cover fire. I don't think I'm going to show it because there's nothing really I can actually say you could have done better here. You done really well. You both support and you fall back to comms. Nothing really happens in comms. Obviously, you're like switching back and forth. They start pushing here, don't they? Yeah, so you push back.
They're at the comms base building.
Okay.
Nice communication. You're obviously communicating here. The only thing I noticed is like you kept putting your slugs back and forth. Obviously, you don't want to lose the mod, but that can hinder you sometimes if they're going to push fast. But they don't anyway, which is fine. But nothing really happens here, so I'm going to just skip it and just highlight something for you. Let's just have a little look. Yeah, nothing's happening here too much. Here, I think. Yeah.
Did you die like down in the dip?
I was just up down the cliffside from where we were looking, peeking over from at the map earlier.
So good shots here. And good movement. I just wanted to say that there was some really good movement here. You've done really well with the movement and dodging his shots and going back and forth, especially when he's in blue gear. You've done some really good shots here. It was unfortunate you got killed. I would have most probably pushed back into comms tower maybe and not got greedy. But honestly, you could have most probably, the only thing you could have most probably done is just slightly work on aim technique with tracking. That's just this bit you do well. Your shots are on point, and then when you're moving, so obviously you miss him here and you miss him there and you miss him there, and that's just tracking, right? So your movement was perfect. Like you done really well with your movement, but then you just want to just work on maybe aim tracking a little bit. That's the only thing I can suggest there is honestly just working on aim and like you're tracking on your aim. So when you're moving, you're also tracking where he's going. So you're making him miss, but you're also keeping your shots on. And then here, instead of pushing, it was also I hear you hear him healing, which is fine. But then you see a guy over here, and as soon as I would have saw this guy, I would have been like, yoink, no, and I would have pushed. I would have like done a Yui or tried to like get back into comms. But it was a good play, nevertheless. I think that movement was really nice. One way you can work on aim tracking is just there's a free program called Aim Labs. I actually use it a lot, and a lot of times before I get into any FPS game like Cycle, I actually do go on Aim Labs quite a bit and just do like 5-minute, 10-minute session, right? Just doing a few things, working on your weaknesses. Like my weakness is also tracking. I'm very good at snapping on the targets, but my weakness is definitely tracking. And so if you want to, when you get into those type of fights, just go on to the Aim Labs and select on tracking exercises and work on your tracking, and that will help you out greatly, honestly, like that bit there. But apart from that, it was a good place. Okay guys, I'm going to call it there. Hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you do want to see more, please leave a like and comment down below. And if you do want to submit your own clips, my link for my Discord is in the description down below. Just click on that, go on announcements, and there's some instructions how to do so. But basically, you can just DM me or submit in the appropriate channel. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.
No, I didn't. He's hurt though. There's 2 of them down there.